Hi, Yabo. How are you doing?
Hello, Nicole. I'm fine. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for joining me today. I'm looking forward to
Mhm.
hearing about your business. Can we just start with I know there's a couple of things that you've done in the past, and you've had a career that's gone from fashion into food science. So tell me a little bit about that, about your journey.
Okay, about the transition from fashion into food.
Yeah,
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 into that. So I think fashion and food, they kind of go in line sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, it's still creative, but it's just that food is different. So I studied fashion in Kingston, and I've been doing fashion this year makes it 10 years.
wow.
Yeah, this year makes it 10 years. And now I don't yet do fashion full time or part time, but that's still kind of my therapy because I came from that background. And yeah, because that was my first business, I got my first baby.
Yeah,
So yeah. So but how I dive into food science and yeah, so like probably like 6 years ago now, I had sciatica pain.
yeah.
I'm not sure if you've heard of that before.
Yeah, pain.
Yes.
It's pain.
So
Yeah, severe pain in
yes.
your legs, isn't
So
it?
and I couldn't go out for almost 2 years, and
Wow.
yeah, I was almost bedbound, and the only option that I had then was getting people to cook for me and booking a private chef to cook for me at home,
Yeah.
and the experience wasn't as expected. And then I spoke with my husband to say, I think it would be nice if someone can have something like this coming into your house and giving you this experience. That was how I dive into food. That was what brought
Wow. So you had the actual experience of it to start with. And so what did you find that was missing in that industry then? What made you start your business?
I think it was this transparency because then I was communicating with the agency.
Yeah.
I wasn't communicating with the chefs. So, and most of the time it takes longer because I noticed that with agency, they take the details and then they pass it to the chef,
Yeah.
and then they have to wait for the chef to get back to them, and then they give me the information, which was taking time.
Right.
And yeah, so with what we've done with iKooK, so you can communicate with the chef and the chef can communicate with the user. So there's no
Okay.
barrier you going through agency or yeah. So
So
that's
you're
how
kind of cutting out the all the bit in the middle and getting the
yeah, yeah.
customer to speak direct to the chef. So so let's talk about that business then. So iCook is the name of the business. How long has
Yeah.
that been going?
Okay, we incorporated in 2020. That was during the pandemic.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that was during the pandemic, but we had to put a pause because then we felt we were going back to work, and all of a sudden they call up the claim again that everybody shouldn't go out, and then we
Yeah.
had to put it on hold till end of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what we do with iCooK really, we provide a private chef service for our clients at home or any of their event. So that's what we do
So
in
it
a
could be just for a family at home, or it could be for, a bigger event.
yeah, it could be for family, birthday, anniversary, surprise, yeah, and night and things like that. So that's
Brilliant. Sounds great. So how many chefs do you work with then?
so at the moment I'll probably say like 80 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
have
is it all based in London?
no, they're not all based in London. When we first started, they were all based in London
Yeah.
and Milton Keynes and Bath. But
Yeah.
now we have in other places outside London, not just London. Yeah.
Brilliant. So it's expanded. So I guess you started the business in the middle of the pandemic, which
Yeah.
was tough, but I guess there was a market for that at the same time. So that was good. What have you found was the biggest challenge during that time?
Okay, I think one of the biggest challenge was getting sticking to our previous business concept, business
Yeah.
model, because our original model was to give share the freedom for them to have their to be able to communicate with the users directly. But then we realized that chefs want to just do the booking and they don't want to get into any admin part of it.
Right,
It
okay.
was a bit complex, so we had to first deal with that
Yeah.
before tweaking into our original concept, into them doing everything by themselves and just using our platform to take the booking.
So with the menu selection and things like that, does that come from the customers, or is it the chefs have a certain speciality that they sort of that they cook?
Yeah, so the way it works is that we have two type of service. One is the set menu. So with the
Right.
set menu, so the chef come up with their set menu. They can probably say this Italian three-course menu. Probably the starter is chicken skewer, and the main is like pasta and chicken, and the dessert is brownie.
Yeah.
So the when you come on the website, you can book that service. But if you don't want that service, there is this form called Find a Chef, which you can click on to
Yeah.
put inquiry on, and the chef receive that form. And then if they can do it, then they tell you, okay, I can do this and I'm available for this day, and this is the amount that I'm charging for it. And if it's okay by the client, then the client will say, yeah, this is fine, and they can carry on with the booking.
Brilliant. So you can get what you want as well.
Yes.
Um, Fantastic. So obviously this is your second business then. So you must have learned a lot in your time in business. What's been the biggest learnings that you've had, the biggest issue that you've overcome?
Yeah, I think this is like my third business.
Oh,
So
right, third.
yeah, but this is the most challenging one. The reason why this is the most challenging one is that the previous business that I've had, I've been the creative director and I've been the uh first point of contact with the
Yeah,
client and being the seamstress and things like that. But with this, I'm working with a team, which makes it kind of challenging. So I was coming from being a one-man business
right.
to having a team of people working with a team of people. So I had to learn being working with other people and to learn about leadership as well
Yeah,
and delegate things to people. So it's kind of me leaving my comfort zone to build this thing that I had passion for like a baby, but bringing it into not just my baby, into our baby as a team.
yeah,
So it's a bit challenging initially. So, but with time, I'm getting used to it, and we work as a family, and we always tell ourselves that we are a family, and it's a ball. So it goes within the team. Nobody drops the ball. No, we don't blame people because when they see us outside, they see iKooK. They don't see Iyabo, or they didn't see this person. So
yeah.
we as a team, so we make the ball keep rolling. But initially, it wasn't like that. It was just like I want to make everything perfect. I
Right.
have this thing image in my head that this needs to be perfect.
Yeah,
But later, I discovered that it's not just you now. You're working with other people, and you guys need to make this perfect together. So that was one of the challenging things that I faced working with a team as a company, me
yeah.
coming from a one-man business to yeah,
It's that
having
next step up, isn't it? And there's
yeah.
lots of new challenges and learnings that come with working with a team. What in that time then do you think you'd learn about yourself
Then or now.
now? So what have you learned about yourself through the having to manage a team?
Okay, a lot of patience,
Patience. Yeah.
a lot of patience, uh, and I will say that because in no matter what industry you are, probably if you are a one-man business or probably you're working with a team,
Yeah.
you need to be patient with people because you guys are coming from different background and sometimes they can't read through you. So some it's mostly I will say patience, yeah, because
Yeah,
initially I was just like, probably something is wrong with me, or I don't know how to work with team because I've worked with organization before.
yeah.
So, or I was just like, probably I'm holding to this too much because it's my baby. But the first thing I learned was patience. That's the first thing
And
I
you
learned.
mentioned that word delegation earlier.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, and
imagine
delegation, yeah,
imagine that's
because initially I wanted to be the boss, I wanted to be the social media person, I wanted to be the person that would speak with the customer because I want to speak with the customer rightly. I wanted to compose the email because I wanted to deliver in a particular way. So,
yeah,
but with time, I had to step back and give the team the chance to do this because that's the reason why they are with her. So yeah.
yeah, good one. So you you've obviously worked with lots of different people along your career journey. Is there anybody that stood out to you as inspiring or you've learned a lot from
Within iKooK or outside of iKooK?
in your in the whole time, in your whole career?
Okay. I would say a lot of people, but I read people's story every day, and I most of the time I especially with movie inspire me
Yeah.
because the reason why I said movie is that because it's like they are playing something that someone has gone through. And yeah, so and that's one of the things that inspire me every day. And outside of that, I know people talk about this every day.
Mm,
I One of my inspiration is my sister.
mm.
And the reason why I say that is that most of the time, if you have a business, like you wanted to give up every day to say, yeah, but she's one of those people that say, you are really doing brilliant, you are doing fantastic. So anytime that comes to my head, I'm just like, yeah, so I'm doing fantastic. Yeah. So
The
I wish
support,
that, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
she is one of the people that stood out among a lot of inspiration that I've seen out there. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so if you're thinking about the food industry today and what you're doing today, is what's inspiring you? What's new out there that's inspiring you, if anything?
Everything.
Yeah,
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
I would say everything. The reason why I say everything is like food industry is like fashion.
Yeah,
New thing comes online every day. TikTok things come online every day.
yeah,
But with that, you can't be jack of all trades. You still need to have your niche. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, we just tweak things around every day, but especially YouTube because yeah, there's a lot going on YouTube, and even if you want to see um all the big chefs that are in the game, like people like Chef Ramsay and Co. Yeah, you see the first where you get their alert is YouTube, and we just see what's new, what have they done to the brownie that we eat every
yeah.
day, what tweak
And you
have
know
they
what?
done to yeah.
That's so right what you say about fashion and food. Like
Yes,
it does change every day. And I suppose with social
yes,
media and like YouTube, you can see so much, can't you? So
yes.
much to see. Okay, so looking forward with your business now, what do you see as the main challenges to get to your next step?
Okay, I would say government.
Yeah,
I would say economic politics. Yes, yeah. So yeah, because one of the example is what's happening lately with Russia and things like that, and it's affected the economy. So the
yeah,
economy can go up and down because we need to look at people's income. Would they be able to afford this? And with that, we've been able to create a strategy to see how we can make our service affordable and accessible in the sense that, yeah, things are quite pricey these days, but we wouldn't say because it's that pricey, then we need to come up with a skyrocket
mm,
price that people are not able to afford. So
hmm,
we're trying to look at an alternative way to still make our service affordable
yeah.
and the chefs are still paid for what they deserve.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is it's very I suppose with Russia, the food prices must have really changed a lot for you guys. So it's moving
drastically.
quite fast, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if you were going to give any advice to a young person starting business today, what would you say to them? And don't say don't do it.
Oh my goodness, I would
Can if you
say
want.
you just answered the question.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see
Yeah,
that
you
thought
just
passing
answered
past
the
you.
question. So there's this funny thing that used to tell my sister that the only way you can punish a young lady or a teenager is to impregnate her, because prior to you being impregnated, you don't get a script to say this is how the journey is going to be. Or if you go into the marriage, this is, they don't tell you this is, there's no requirement, because it's always roller coaster. There are days that it's so sweet and you will just close your eyes and you wish that the next morning never comes. And the next thing you just be like, crap, how did I even find myself here? Yeah, so that's the way it is. So, but life is a risk.
Yeah,
And if you stand for nothing, you will fall for nothing. So we just need to keep trying. Yeah. So yeah, you just need to try, because you never know, you might win. So you just need to try. Yeah.
really good. And do you know what? The amount of business owners that I ask say that same thing. It's a
Yeah.
theme that runs through for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that was really great to hear about your business. Is there we will put links and to the business on LinkedIn with this video, so people can have a look and pick their next meal with you. So thanks for joining, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you. And thanks for giving the opportunity to do this. Thank you.
my pleasure. Thank you.